No fresh cases of COVID-19 reported from the state during the last 24 hours, and the state's tally still stands at 43. Health and Family Welfare Minister says he has talked with the COVID-19 positive patients over the phone to motivate and seek any grievances they are facing. Says he is assured to extend all support and care for their well-being. (8,392) COVID-19 cases reported in India in the last 24 hours. This is the biggest jump so far. Death toll due to COVID-19 rise to 5,394, and the number of cases climbed to 1,90,535 in the country. And Nagaland police takes up the challenge to prepare quarantine center at Ganesh Nagar. The uniformed men and women prepares the center to accommodate 400 guests in a week's time. Hectic preparations are on to accommodate another 600 in another week's time. Well, hello and welcome to this edition of News from News and Trends. No fresh cases of COVID-19 cases were reported from the state during the last 24 hours, and the state's tally still stands at 43. State's Health and Family Welfare Minister Espangi Pom said on Twitter, no positive case of COVID-19 reported in 24 hours, active case 43. All the cases are related to the Shramik special train from Chennai that reached the state on May 22nd. Out of the 43 cases, Dimapur has reported 25, Kohima has 13, while Twengsang has 5. Principal Secretary Home Abhijit Sinha had stated yesterday that all the positive patients are being kept under medical observation at the designated COVID-19 hospitals, and active surveillance is going on to prevent further spreading of the infection. Meanwhile, the Health and Family Welfare Minister informed that he has talked to all the COVID-19 positive cases from the state. In a tweet yesterday, the minister said, and I quote, "Have talked with the COVID-19 positive patients over the phone who are undergoing treatment at different hospitals to motivate and seek any grievances they are facing. Have assured to extend all our support and care for their well-being. Wishing all a speedy recovery. No to stigma." Unquote. The death toll due to COVID-19 rose to 5,394, and the number of cases climbed to 1,90,535 in the country, which registered the biggest single-day spike of 230 deaths and 8,392 cases till yesterday, according to the Union Health Ministry. India is the 7th worst hit nation by the novel coronavirus pandemic. The number of active COVID-19 cases stood at 93,322, while 91,818 people have recovered and one patient has migrated, the ministry said. Thus, around 48.19% patients have recovered so far, a senior health ministry official said. In terms of cases, Maharashtra tops the tally with 67,655, followed by Tamil Nadu at 22,333, Delhi at 19,844, and Gujarat with 16,779 cases. Meanwhile, in Assam, 23 new cases of COVID-19 positive were reported late afternoon today, taking the total number of cases to 1,384. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma said in a tweet, alert, 23 new cases of COVID-19 positive, 11 Barpeta, 5 Udalguri, 3 Dhubri, 3 Darang, 1 Sonitpur. With this, Assam has 1,192 active cases with 185 recoveries. 4 people have died of the infection in the state. Global COVID-19 cases reached 61,66,904 with over 3,72,023 dead. In terms of total number of confirmed cases, The United States is the worst hit with 17,90,191. The US also tops the number of deaths with 1,04,383. In terms of cases, Brazil comes in the second place with 5,14,849 infections. This was followed by Russia with 4,05,843. Regarding fatalities, the UK continues in the second position after the US with 38,571 COVID-19 deaths. 29,314 deaths have been reported in Brazil. Now, when Nagaland police was given the task by the state government to prepare the quarantine center at industrial estate at Ganesh Nagar, the men and women in uniform took this up as a challenge as a way of repaying back to the people of Nagaland through their services. DGP Nagaland John Lonkomer directed DIG training Autemse to coordinate the efforts, and in a span of over 1 week, with the tireless efforts of the men and women of Nagaland police, the center is now ready to house 400 guests. DGP Nagaland John Lonkomer expressed optimism that in another week's time, the center will be ready to accommodate another 600 persons.
Initially, the place, it has been left untouched for so many years. Most of the roads were inaccessible because of growth of bushes and weeds and stuff like that, and most of the buildings were in really bad shape. We were given approximately, I think, about a week's time to get it prepared. Our men and women, they've been working day and night. For that matter, the officer respected the IG training, Mr. Autemse, who is the convener of this arrangement. He has been leading us from the front.
We started the whole operation last Friday. So in 1 week, we have been able to get this whole complex running. Now for the returnees, by Monday, we should be able to have about 400 guests here. Thereafter, after about a week or so, another 600 or so. So in total, 1,000 guests can be housed here.
What we are aiming is a minimal contact facility. We are trying to have SMS registration process. We are also trying to get in thermal, infrared thermal scanners, not risk the management staff that are here, as well as also the inmates that will be staying here.
Keeping with the ethos of Nagaland police, it is an officer-led operation always. The officers are here on the field themselves leading.
The first passenger flight from Kolkata to Dimapur since relaxation of lockdown measures of COVID-19, Air India flight A10709 landed at Dimapur airport with 109 passengers, including 2 Assam-bound passengers today. The passengers were received at the airport by APC Kekhetosema, who is also in charge of Dimapur for COVID-19, Secretary Food and Civil Supplies Honjay Konyak, Commissioner of Police Dimapur Rotehu Tetsio, Chief Medical Officer Dimapur Dr. Tia Senap. Upon their arrival, Chairman Dimapur Christian Forum Reverend Moses Murray offered a prayer. After going through necessary procedures, 36 Kohima-bound passengers were sent to Kohima by buses after providing lunch at the airport, while remaining passengers were taken to a Grey Expo site.
So, are you happy? Yeah, so how is the food?
It's good.
Huh? Good, okay. Okay. So how do you feel? You feel happy?
Yeah, very happy.
Yeah. You're from Akulto?
Yeah.
You'll
never forget this in your life. Right?
No, you
Having
tell
lunch in
them,
the airport.
Chief Secretary Nagaland Temjantoi has reiterated that all the existing guidelines with regard to the lockdown in all parts of the state issued on May 4, 2020 will continue to remain operative till further orders. The District Task Force members Dimapur held a meeting today and resolved to reduce market timing from 9 am to 2 pm from the present 9 am to 4 pm slot for the safety and interest of the public in general. The meeting resolved that for the time being, malls, showrooms, restaurants will be completely closed, including takeaway restaurant services. Further, the meeting also decided the timing for hardware shops to open from 6 am to 10 am. In the meeting, some members, while appreciating the successful odd and even exercise for easing traffic, also resolved that traffic movement, even with odd and even, should be strictly allowed till 2 pm except the exempted categories, and requested the police for strict monitoring. With the maximum number of COVID-19 positive cases admitted at Dimapur COVID Hospital, the DTF members felt for urgent need to keep buffer stock of ventilators, monitors, regulators, and for which it was decided that DC Dimapur would write officially to the higher authority for action to be taken. Further, the members decided that in case of emergency, Plan B would be for identification of alternative COVID-19 hospital for Dimapur district, and for which letter would be written to the government at the earliest. The members also deliberated on the need for installing TrueNAT machines at Dimapur for more testings in a day, as more special trains would be arriving this week, and presently the samples from Dimapur are sent to Kohima and Dibrugarh. Deputy Commissioner Dimapur informed that there was no positive cases detected during the last 24 hours and observed that situation would be fine. Informing that all positive patients are stable and healthy, Anup advised people not to panic but be disciplined and sincerely follow social distancing, hand hygiene, and to mandatorily wear mouth covering nose and mouth. Emphasizing on the importance of sanitizing the quarantine centers and agri-expo site, Anup assured for all logistic support if required. Briefing on the status of quarantine centers, DC Dimapur informed that presently there are 46 quarantine centers at Dimapur with 4,085 beds. Further, the quarantine center at Ganesh Nagar would be able to accommodate 1,000 returnees, DC informed. On the status of BSL-2, Anup informed that it will take another 15 to 20 days or so to get it commissioned. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Tia Ponganar informed that members that presently they are focusing on the passengers of Chennai train and trying to isolate the inmates. As of now, 189 of them have been shifted in the isolation centers and kept in separate rooms with attached bathroom. Dr. Tia felt the need for encouraging and motivating people in the isolation centers for avoiding community transmission. MS Dimapur Dr. Testo informed that presently 25 positive COVID-19 patients are admitted at Dimapur COVID Hospital. Twengsang District Task Force for COVID-19 held a meeting at DC Conference Hall today. Kumar Ramnikant, Deputy Commissioner Twengsang, chaired the meeting. The forum focused on releasing the second batch inmates from green zone quarantine centers. The total number of 36 individuals, 6 females and 3 males from Abigail Hostel, Longkim, and 16 males and 11 females from Sitam Polytechnic quarantine facilities, who has completed 14 days of quarantine period, will be released today. They will also be released with medical certifications and standing orders in case they face problems while entering villages and wards, even after which 7 more days of home quarantine shall be mandatory for each. Medical team will also be supervising each one of them. Report on visiting engineers for the construction and installation of BSL-2 laboratory at Twengsang was also discussed. The meeting also discussed on the emergency retesting of the returnees from the red zone and decided to request further tests on priority. Principal Secretary Home Abhijit Sinha has informed that a total of 2,782 samples were sent for testing and results of 1,699 have been received. A total of 2,534 persons were screened today. He said 43 results have tested positive while 1,656 have tested negative. Sinha said a total of 203 samples were sent for testing during the last 24 hours. Results of 1,083 samples are awaited. He also informed that a total of 88 samples were tested by TrueNat and all samples have tested negative. He said out of the total 43 active cases in the state, 27 cases are asymptomatic, 16 are symptomatic while another 16 are with mild symptoms. He said a total of 4,022 persons are presently under facility quarantine. Tolimipi Jimo of Northfield Kika Kohima, who secured 18th rank by scoring 93.67% in the recently declared HSLC results, has set a new benchmark by resolving to study theology in the near future. In an exclusive chat with News and Trends, the topper said in a typical situation, she would have been pressured to opt for science stream in the hope for joining more sought-after careers like doctors and engineers. But she has opted for arts and have applied in G Rio School for pursuing arts and eventually to pursue theology.
The most important attribute for success in value investing is patience and willing to work hard. It is a balance between faith and hard work with little courage and good fortune. My family, friends, and teachers, this triad provided me with benefits regardless of the situation. I've made up my mind that if I put God first, I could achieve anything. So I had that on my mind and I've worked hard, gave my best, and left the rest to God. I want to pursue theology. I always aspired to be one when I was young. My family supported me, which made my decision easier. I've always had an interest to know more about God and His words. I want to let others know about how amazing God's love is.
That brings us to the end of this broadcast. Do subscribe to us on the YouTube channel and also follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. You can also write in to us with your comments and suggestions and your feedback at newsandtrends.nl@gmail.com. Remember to stay home, stay safe, and take good care of yourself. From all of us here, it's bye for now and thanks for watching.